Excited to use this, guys. My hair feels amazing. Lovely bouncy curl. Absolutely loving how my hair looks right now. Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here and watching today's video. How are you guys all doing? I really hope you're well and having a lovely one. I'm really hoping it's not too echoey in this room right now, but I am going to stay in here just because I feel like this is the best place to stand up and do my hair this morning. I have had a shower. I actually just filmed my fake tan hair wash routine, which will already be live. So if you want to see how I actually wash my hair and do the kind of aftercare with it and also how I do my fake tan, then that is in a previous video. But in today's video, so excitingly, I am going to be trying out the new Duet GHD styler. I am very, very excited to try this, do first impressions, give it a go on my hair, see how it works on my hair, and actually do, I think, 2 different styles. I think I'm going to do one straight style and one curled style as well with this, just to kind of see how my hair works with it. And I also just want to say a very, very big thank you to you guys for being here, supporting me. I am forever grateful for your support, and I was very, very lucky to attend the GHD dinner last week, and I had this like big pinch me moment where I was like, I actually can't believe I'm at this table with Patrick Wilson styling hair with GHD and watching that happen. And it's all thanks to you guys for being here and supporting me and just watching my videos and being so like interactive, and I love communicating with you guys and connecting. And yeah, I just wanted to say a big thank you for being here. And yeah, I'm just excited to share more hair videos over in this space as well, because I've realized I want to just focus on 2023 as a year of literally putting out videos that I love and I enjoy. And hair for me is something that I'm really passionate about. I love doing it, and although I've been growing my hair for the last 6 months, I think it's time I give myself the chop again. So I have booked myself in to get a short hair again, so I'm going to be doing more short hairstyles. So if there's anything you guys want to see, whether it's more like glam hairstyles, more special occasion, more just everyday, more cute hairstyles, heatless hairstyles, whatever it is for short hair, then do let me know, and I'm happy to do like run-throughs of my fave like tools and products and things like that and accessories. So yeah, thank you for being here. But in today's video, let's get to it. Let's style the hair with the Duet styler. I am so excited. I am going to clip the hair up, I'm going to get it going, and we're gonna dry the hair and kind of run through the tips and tricks that I've been told after being at the event and things that they kind of mention in terms of how to use it and things like that. So just before I start, this is the styler itself. So it has a drying function and also a straightening function on the tool. So this has the airway plates here, and then you kind of switch and change how you're using the tool. So you can just use this to curl and straighten your hair on dry hair days, and then obviously from wet to dry you can then dry and straighten it as well. And they've been designing and making this for I think nearly 9 years now, so this actually works on all different hair types, and it also has a function to it that also helps not damage the hair while drying and while straightening, which I'm going to leave information of that on the screen here, just because I'm so bad with terminology and I really don't want to mess up what I'm saying and things like that. But I'm excited to use this. I've been told that I need to section the hair and then also grab sections around this thick and add 3-second holds to the top of the root of the hair. This can help with like frizzy bits and flyaways, and also just help kind of dry that top section first before drying through the rest of the hair, and then doing that throughout before putting on the shine sleek function of this as well. So this is not that noisy in terms of a hairdryer, but I am gonna probably time lapse rather than talk while it's going at the same time, just so that it's not too noisy in the video and you've got some music playing and things like that. But to start with, I'm going to apply my fave products for my hair. So I'm applying the Rehab Advanced Split End Serum, which is a heat protector serum, also helps with the split ends of your hair, and this just actually lasts in your hair even on the dry hair days, although I still of course apply my heat protector spray. So I just do this through the ends of my hair, and then I apply the GHD Curly Ever After heat protector spray. I have used this for however long it's been out. It's my favourite. I feel like my curls last so much longer when I use that. I'm just going to brush that through the hair. And the hairspray I'll be using as well today is the GHD Final Fix hairspray. It's the one hairspray I have that I know doesn't leave my hair feeling crispy or dry, but does allow my curls to hold. So For me, it's an absolute fave. And then I've also got a shine serum, which I'll share with you guys at the end as well. So I'm gonna brush through and then just section the hair up. So the hair is all sectioned. So I've just sectioned down this lower half of my hair. Of course, you could do as many sections that works for you guys, because I think it depends on how much hair you have. I have a lot of hair, so I am very intrigued to see how quick this takes me and how long it takes me to kind of go through each section, just because I have so much. Like, even when I go and get my hair highlighted, they're like, we're gonna need an extra 2 hours. And I'm like, okay, it's fine. There is a lot. So I'm gonna basically go through and section these parts of the hair. So what you do is you have the on button here, like so. You also have the shine shot. I've been saying it wrong. I keep saying add shine, but it's basically the shine shot is after you have blow dried the hair. So this is just heating up here. Here she goes. And that is as loud as she goes. There you go, she's fully ready. So I'm gonna go through and time lapse you guys. I'm gonna hold for 3 seconds and then drag down. And I think I'm gonna do 3 passes on the hair and see how we go. Passes. I was thinking my hair is going to need around 4 to 5. I've just gone through 3 times. That is it. Completely done. Oh my god, I'm blown away already. I haven't even done the rest of my hair. I haven't even done the shine shot yet. I'm gonna try a bigger section. Let's see how we go. And then again, yeah, holding for around 3-4 seconds near the root, just so that I dry that section and still get that little bit of volume there. And then I'm gonna go down and through the hair. So let's go one more time. It also might sound louder on camera, but it's actually not as loud in real life compared to a normal hairdryer, which I really and then one section of my hair, and that's taken me 8 minutes. I've timed myself and it's taken 8 minutes just to do that part. This is probably going to take me like 3 minutes, maybe not even that, but I am so impressed with how quickly that has dried my hair. I have so much hair, it usually takes me like 30 to 40 minutes. Like, it's fully dry and there's none of those like little flyaway bits. Like, it feels really soft and silky. I'm gonna do this section, and I'm actually really excited to try out the shine shot feature and see how that adds like more shine to the hair. But let's do this section. But so far, I'm impressed. So that is the hair completely dry. My hair feels amazing. Like, it feels so fluffy and lightweight. And then just to turn on the shine shot, all I did was hold down this little shine shot button, and then it did the little GHD dee noise. And then let's do this. I'm gonna just do one little brush through all over the hair and yeah, see how we go. I'm gonna try it on this front section first so that we can do it together. Shape under my fringe, I think, today, like a little bit, and then I'm just gonna like whiz round sections of my hair, I think. So I guess this is like giving it a little bit of shine and just straightening any of those areas that need straightening. Oh my goodness me, sorry, no, that's not That's made my hair feel like I've got serum in it. Wow. I'm gonna do the rest of the hair so we can kind of see, but I don't know if you guys can see that next to that. If I go here. And then, are you seeing the shine being added, or is it just me? Like, look at the difference between this part of my hair and the front part. Wow. So easily impressed, but I spend a lot of time drying my hair, so finding something that's going to be at least 25 minutes is quite ideal. God, that feels absolutely amazing. I'm gonna go and do the next section. That is the hair completely dry. Little shine shot done. I don't know if you guys can see the difference. If not, I'm going to leave on the screen here the clips I also got on my phone. Just the difference between each side after I'd done the shine shot and then when I hadn't done it on one side. You could really see a difference in like how it kind of like tames the little flyaways and then just makes it feel very, very sleek and adds like a nice little bit of shine to it. I am also just going to use a tiny, like literally not even a pea size amount of the GHD Shine Serum just on my baby hairs, just because my hair is growing quite a lot in those little areas, and I find because I'm growing out my side bangs that I get quite a lot of little flyaways around the front of my hair. So I'm just gonna add that just to those little new bits and broken bits, I guess, and baby hairs. That is a sleek, straight look done. I'm going to just quickly go and make my lunch, and then probably need to change my top before I eat lunch because I'm wearing a white top, but I'm gonna go make my lunch, and then when I come back I feel like we should try it out and try and do some waves or some curls as well and see how it works with that, because it is such an amazing thick barrel that it fits so much hair in. It actually fits more hair in it than I was expecting. I was expecting not being able to dry as much hair at once within the barrel, but I feel like that's how they've kind of tailored it to work with lots of different hair types, which is amazing. So I'm excited to see how much of a like bouncy kind of blowout wave I might be able to do with this if I get my Velcro rollers out. So I'm gonna do that in a second, but just gonna let the hair be straight for a minute. But I am very, first impressions impressed. So guys, oh God, I look naked now. I've just changed into this top because I thought I'd, alongside filming this, also film like a little date night hair reel. But I have sectioned the hair, I've heat protected it again. I usually wouldn't do this many hairstyles in one day, but for the sake of this video, I thought we could give it a go. I've also got my Velcro rollers with me, which you will see, and I'll leave them linked down below. I get like a bulk pack from Amazon, and then they come with loads of different clips as well, which I've actually broken majority of them, so I need to do another order of the clips, but they're just good crop clips, and I'm actually going to order some that are a little bit more premium so they don't keep snapping on my hair. But I'm going to use a section about this big, and I think I'm going to kind of alternate the waves. I think I'm going to do some like towards and some away, and then I'm going to Velcro roller all of them, brushing through the Velcro roller and then rolling up, which you will see as well. But I am going to time lapse majority of the curls because otherwise we would be here all day probably. I'm not sure how long the curl bit is going to take, just because if I'm Velcro rollering it usually takes me a bit longer. But I was just saying to my sister downstairs, I have never like felt like my straightened hair to feel this lovely. Like it always feels a little bit like, what's the word, like really frizzy and a bit like coarse when I usually straighten it, just because I know that my hair reacts quite a lot when I'm using too much heat. But the fact that it's a monitored level of heat being used, it just feels like I've washed it and then given it like a really nice sleek blow dry without the faff of like holding a billion brushes, which is really nice on the hair. But let's get into it. Let's do the underneath section. I think I'm going to use a mini Velcro roller for the underneath section and then big ones for the top. easy. I only needed to do 3 sections with the rollers because it's such a thick barrel. You don't really like need to do small little bits of hair. You can do quite big chunky bits, which is perfect. I have actually resulted in going away from my face just because of how big the curls can be. I've decided to do like a kind of bouncy blow dry wave away from my face, but I am doing 2 turns when I've got the hair, and I'm kind of holding on the turns for about 3-4 seconds before dragging down. I feel like if you guys have longer hair, this would be the perfect tool for that as well, because although it still creates a really lovely bouncy curl, if you had longer hair you'd be able to like hold for longer as you move the hair down. However, I still feel like it's going to give a really nice kind of bouncy blowout effect. I'm quite excited to see whether this gives a very similar effect to me using the Dyson as well. But I'm holding and then I'm turning and then holding again just to try and create more of that like kink and curl in the hair. And then I'm twisting again like that. Also, I'm so sorry if you can hear my toilet. I don't know what it's doing at the moment. It's got a mind of its own. So that is the curls, and then I'm kind of just joining 2 curls and then brushing through with the medium Velcro roller and then twizzling up like that and just clipping into place. And then I'm probably going to do again 3 rollers on this side. I did use 1 small one just here, and then I'm probably going to use the same just because I've only got so much head and I can never always fit all the rollers onto my actual head, so I actually find it easier just being able to use a small one in the middle section here. But again, just getting like that piece size and then twisting away again, so I'll time lapse this little section now. On this little section that I'm doing here, I'm doing the exact same motion, but on this top layer of hair, I've found that if I'm doing this kind of like dragging down motion, because the blades, I was gonna say, it's not blades, because the plates are very, very thick, it's quite hard to get as close to the root as you like. So I find it a bit easier if you get that top section and get as close to the root as you can by lifting the hair up and doing like an upwards and over motion, just to get as much root lift as possible, which I find just gives like a nicer curl and a bit more of that bouncy kind of blowout effect. So you're kind of getting more root lift here, which is really nice. And then of course the hair will cool down in my big roller, which I'm going to use. So these are the bigger ones, and I tend to do quite a lot of hair together in these rollers because it is easier for me, just because I don't, again, have enough head surface to put too many in my hair, but also I don't actually have any clips, like enough clips to kind of do too many, which is why I've just placed an order for lots more, hopefully. But just putting in them in rough rollers all at the back, but doing that kind of upwards and over motion just so I get as much root volume as I can with these. In the rollers, she is finished. I'm gonna leave her for, I love that I'm saying her, I'm gonna leave the hair in the rollers for around 10-15 minutes. I usually do longer, so usually I do this kind of routine and then I do my makeup, or I make lunch, or I eat breakfast or something like that, just to kind of at least keep them in for like 30 minutes, but I'm gonna leave them for 10-15. That is all the colours out. I'm going to apply a tiny bit of the serum through the ends of the hair just to help with any of those flyaway bits Again, I don't want to drag through too much just because I know my hair's going to drop probably quite a lot when I go outside later because I've got a little dinner date. So I'm going to leave it quite tightly curled, but of course the more you brush through, the more it's going to drop out as well. But I'm sorry, I honestly think this looks pretty much exactly how my hair looks when I use the Dyson Airwrap. I am really, really impressed. And again, it feels like really soft. It doesn't feel like I've used way too much heat and I've like gone through sections over and over and over again. The only difference I would say with this and like the Airwrap and a curler is that when you get to the ends of the hair, you really have to kind of like twist round and really rotate those end bits. Otherwise, let me see if I can show you an example. Otherwise you can get quite straight bits like this. So I may need to like just go over that and just like curl it under one more time. But I think because the plaits are quite thick, that's just one of those like motions that you really kind of have to exaggerate when you're doing it. Like, can you see there? I just need to go over that maybe one more time just so that I don't have such a straight bit. However, if you're doing more of like a messy beachy wave look and you were alternating your waves, that would work really nicely because that would be a really nice kind of like end to the hair where you can get that kind of textured look where it looks a little bit more effortless. But for a bouncy blow dried look, absolutely loving how my hair looks right now. That is like one of my dream hairstyles to do. So I will definitely be using those on the days that I like aren't hair wash days and that kind of thing to still get the same effect that the Dyson does without having to wash my hair every time. So that is really good to know. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I've really enjoyed trying it out and creating 2 different hairstyles. If you want to see any more hairstyle videos or hair videos, let me know and I am happy to film them for you guys. I have a lot of GHD tools, so if there is a certain tool that you've been debating buying and things like that, then I can get around to filming like a full review video on those tools as well. Just let me know which tools you are after and that kind of thing. But yeah, I am very, very impressed and first impressions, I love it. But we shall see. I'll let you guys know in future vlogs how I'm getting along with it and things like that, and potentially do like another hair video at some point and then we can do a little update on how I'm getting on with it, like for daily use and weekly use and things like that too. But I'll leave everything I use linked down below, and thank you so much for being here and watching today's video and supporting me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Lots of love. Mwah. Bye.